Hello everyone and welcome to the first of 6 races involving the OPC versus RoninGT. Now you're probably wondering who OPC are. They are the official PlayStation community, and the Gran Turismo part of them challenged RoninGT to 6 races. So essentially it'd be 6 races on different tracks in different cars. You do 2 races in each car, and then on different tracks, obviously. And at the final, there's a prize for the winner, but it's also like a team competition. I'm essentially doing these races because I think it'd be a good opportunity to show you what a live stream broadcast would offer. Plus, they're very entertaining races. This first one particularly, I only remember this first one because I was going to do a really good edit on it. But using this new software, I thought I'd bring it to you this way. But I can't remember exactly what happened, so this is sort of a demonstration of the live stream. So let's have a look at the drivers for the 2 teams. So on the OPC we have Gus72, NAC72, Vets81, Lord Ross, who is the community leader over there on the OPC. Who also challenged Ronin. We have during 1990, Skill 22, Silver Defender, and Steve Gonzalez. Quite a good name, that one. And then over on Ronin, we have RoninGT Dave, as you can probably tell he's from Ronin. Myself, GTP Tidgney, Justin Go, RoninGT Hake, GT Andy 36, RoninGT Delaney, RoninGT Robin, and Ronin System Deck. So 8 drivers from each team. And then we have obviously the 6 races on different tracks, and then it would be 3 different cars. You drive the car twice on 2 different tracks. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to mess about now, we're just going to jump straight in the race and see what we find out. So here we go. Dave is starting on pole, we have Tidgney in second, and then the first of the OPC guys, Gus, in 3rd place. So let's have a look at this. It looks like a quite clean start there for Dave. Got a nice big grid here on Autumn Ring, and they are on sports hard tyres. So coming into the first corner, we've got Dave on the outside. Looks like a bit of lag there. Tidgney on the inside. Tidgney taking the lead there. We've got Jut that's moved into 3rd place, replacing Gus there in 4th. We've got somebody off in the background. Let's find out who that was. Robin seems to be dropping down pretty quick. It does look like it was Robin, so an unfortunate mistake there. Or perhaps knocked off. But obviously the field is very close because all these cars are same spec, so it's literally like a Lupo Cup race. So we're going back to the front here with Dave and Tidgney, still side by side, presenting a really good first lap here. With Jut in 3rd place. There's a lot of changes happening in the field here. Very epic. We could try and jump and grab some of these. Got Lord Ross and it looks like Stiggy. Both in the same team, so hopefully they won't take each other out. But they look like they're fighting hard there for that 8th place position. It looks like the lead group, 7th upwards, so Vets are just pulling away from this second pack here, which is looking good. Got some fighting happening in the back with some Ronin guys. With a freeway tie there, Ronin, Decker and Silver Defender. All racing there and trying to get the best positions possible. Looks like Robin has oh no, it's Decker who has the advantage there. And Tidgney has made a mistake or done something there. Has dropped from the lead battle back to 11th, so that's going to be very hard work in the 10 laps of Autumn Ring to get anywhere in the points. And we've got a huge group up front as well. We've got a freeway tie back here. This is going to be a bit chaotic going into this corner. It's a very sharp corner. We've got Skells jumping in, we've got Decker jumping in, Tidgney's gone to the back of that. Decker's now gone to the back of that group and Robin has taken advantage of that. But we've got Skells on the inside, Tidgney there. Decker is still involved in this fight. So it's looking good. We have also Robin is now pulling away from this. Decker's pulled in behind, and we also have another person joining in. Who is that? Silver Defender and Delaney as well. So this rear pack is really having a big fight there. We've got some fights still happening here as well. A bit of dust or smoke. That looks like Lord Ross has gone off there. But we're with GT Andy at the moment, who's chasing Steve Gonzalez and Jury from the OPC. Bit of lag there, as you can imagine, 16 cars in a lobby. It's quite hectic, the bandwidth obviously playing up with some people, so there'll be a few cars wiggling about everywhere, but it's looking pretty good so far. We'll join the lead group again, see what's happening up here. Still got Dave in the lead, got a close fight for second. We've got the Gus up into second there for the OPC. So it's Ronin, OPC, Ronin, OPC, Ronin, OPC, 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 Ronin. So very competitive here. The OPC obviously getting a bit more of an advantage. Gus there defending against Jut here for second place. Jut staying on the outside and Gus remaining in second place. Have a look at this live timing that we've got here. There we go, look at the timings. We've got Dave leading by 0.8 of a second, followed by Jut in a very close third place, only a second behind. As you can see there, we've also got Jury, looking at this, Jury and Stiggy, 10 seconds, but they're in a very close battle. Then we've got Andy, Robin, Tidgney, Decker. Well, Decker's actually in a different battle, it looks like he's on his own actually, in fact. And then we've got a rear pack there of Skells, Ross, Delaney and Defender. Looks like we have some movement up into fourth place. Let's have a look at this. We've got NAC in fourth, we have Hake in fifth and Fett in sixth. So that's 2 OPC guys and 1 Ronin fighting for that fourth position. Obviously each position in the top 10, I believe, has points. So, you know, the higher you finish, the more points you do get. Oh, we've got a move there. Hake has gone into fourth place. He's got the inside for the next corner. So NAC may have to give up position. He's on the inside. Hake has got that position for fourth. It's an excellent move that, staying on the inside and making sure he has the right line for the next corner. We also have a move here by, it looks like Fetz, and he's actually slightly nudged NAC there, one of his teammates. So, you know, they've got to be careful. But Fetz has now gone into fifth position. So that's a very good move there. NAC dropping down to sixth, which isn't the best. We'll see what he can do to maybe take over Fetz. Oh, he's going for it now, actually. Looking at this. NAC going on the inside, and he's retaken fifth position. That is pretty awesome racing that. You know, losing out to 2 positions, but keeping your mindset, and then retaking a position back. Very good racing there. So we'll just have a look at the timings again, see what is happening through the field. Let's have a look at this. We have Robin and Tidgney actually fighting, and Silver and Skells fighting. We'll have a look at Robin and Tidgney, because this looks like a very close group. But looking at the map, and we've got Tidgney who's actually made the move on Robin. We'll see what's happening there. Robin obviously having to come in behind in the sharp right-hander. Looks like Tidgney's gone wide, which means Robin is going to be on the outside. Tidgney's going to have to defend. And yeah, Robin has had to come in behind. Great racing there. Looks like somebody's gone off slightly in the background. Apologies for the delay. Looks like that was Jury. So Decker is now in 11th place. Jury going down to 12th. Some very good racing through this field. I'm just catching my breath now on lap 4, so that's crazy. So we've got Stiggy and Tidgney now. So some epic racing here. We've still got Robin in the background as well. So this, you know, if there's a mistake between these two guys, Robin can easily overtake here. So we'll just stay on this battle. We've got Stiggy pushing Tidgney to the outside. Robin still staying in behind. Now we've got to remember this is a long straight. Oh, we've got Stiggy making a mistake there. It's going to be right up against the wall there, and Tidgney has made the move into 8th place. Stiggy is now in 9th, but he now has Robin on his tail. We've got Robin on his tail. He's going around the outside, so Stiggy's trying to defend the inside for this sharp right-hander. And he has kept the position, it looks like, but Robin is coming back at him. We'll just jump to Robin. Let's have a look what he's doing. And it looks like Stiggy has defended that position now as they go into a single line through the complex here in the first sector. Quite a very good complex this for the cars, because obviously it's momentum. If you mess up the line for one part of it, you mess up the line for all of it. It looks like Robin is actually now catching against Stiggy. Has he made the move? No. Still behind Stiggy. It's a very good fight this. 2 black cars there, so you know you can't really tell the difference between Ronin and OPC. Obviously 2 different drivers fighting for the last remaining points in the points table. So it should be good to keep watching this. Let's see what can happen here between Ronin and Decker. Sorry, Stiggy and Robin. And Robin has made the move. It's a very good move into that sharp left. Obviously it's a very long corner because you overlap yourself. So that is Robin now up into 9th and Stiggy into 10th. So we'll just have a look at the live timing now. Let's have a look. We've got a very close battle now for the first place. We'll just jump to this. We've got Dave, then Gus, then Juts. That's Gus is going around the outside for the lead. What can Dave do here to defend this? Oh, he has defending it still. Its camera's just out of shot. So we've got Gus, who's now defending from Jut. So this is 2 Ronin guys and an OPC guy. The OPC being Gus 72, and he's now having to defend from Just and Go. So easy to tell the Ronin and OPC guy here. The OPC guy is in red, which is Gus, and then obviously the Ronin guys are the green cars of Dave and Just and Go. So he's still very close here, up at the front on lap 6. Oh, Gus has made a mistake, and that means Just and Go is now going to go into 2nd place, meaning Ronin is now 1 and 2 with Gus in 3rd. This will be very good for their title shots, and it means Hake is in 4th, and we've got NAT in 5th and Fett in 6th. Tidgney is now up to 7th, so after that mistake where he went down into the bottom of the pile with the battle in lower in the field, he's now up to 7th place, which is good points for Ronin there. If we have a look at the fighting happening, let's have a look what's happening in the grid. We've got Decker and Stiggy close together. Well, it was when they last came across the line. It doesn't look as close now. Field obviously spreading out as this race continues through. Looking at the timing on the boards, we've got Dave, who is 0.8 from Juts. Gus looks like he's dropped back a bit from that mistake, 1.7 behind. And then we have Hake, who's all on his own, in 3.9 seconds behind the leader. So we will continue to have a look at the gaps, see where any close battles are happening. Looking at the fastest laps, we have Gus on the fastest lap looking at this with a 33.2, and the leaders are all in 33s while everyone else is in the 34s and upwards. So looking at the field, they are spread out. There's still a lead pack fighting away here, so we'll just jump to the lead pack and find out what's happening. Looking at the minimap, we've also got a fight going on as well at the back of the field between Skells and Defender. We'll just jump to that quickly. Let's see what's happening. We've got Silver going on the inside, overtaking Skells. Skells is trying to remain on the outside. And it looks like Skells has defended that position, and Silver's going to have to slide in behind for this complex section where it really is one line and you can't really do much overtaking on this line. So we'll just jump back to the leaders, who were having a serious battle. As you can see, Gus is still right in there behind Just and Go. This could be very interesting coming into the final stages of this 10-lap race at Autumnring. We're going to have to see what he does here on the straight, because obviously slipstream and a real dive up the inside could give him the 2nd place, and then he could really go and hunt Dave down. So is he going to go for the dive? No, Just and Go defends that slightly as well. Going to have to stay behind, going to have to pick a move here where you can really get the position from Just and Go. It'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. You can see the field's not changing that much now. We've got spaces in between all the cars. It's looking like the main battle now is for this 2nd position between Just and Go and Gus. It should be very interesting to see what happens in the remaining laps. It looks like it looked like he was going to go for it. It looks like he's left a bit of a gap here, Jut. So he's going to have to be careful because Gus is right on his tail. He can't make any mistakes here, as obviously this will lead to... it looks like they're catching Dave actually. So if they keep pushing each other and they catch Dave, this will turn into a right battle for the 1st place. Just does look like Tidgney's just overtaken Fetz there, but we're going to stay in this battle because Gus is really trying to push Jut out here and get that 2nd position. It looks like he might have got it. We'll just have to see as he comes out this corner. He's going to have the right inside line for the first part of this last complex, which is a left, right, right. But it depends what Jut can do, and he's pulled in behind Jut. Very, very nice try there by Gus, but it's just not the case there on that. Jut did remain with the speed and kept ahead of Gus there. They're still catching Dave, as you can imagine, with the slipstream on the straights. They are going to catch him. So it's just what can happen on these remaining laps. It looks like Lord Ross has just taken Delaney, looking at the names changing there. But we are going to stay with this battle because this looks very interesting. As Jutt has really caught up to Dave here, we could be seeing a three-way finish here. It'll be very interesting to see. Obviously, Ronin guys want to stay ahead of the OPC of Gus because obviously that's more points for Ronin. But remember, they're also fighting for themselves for the prize at the end of the championship for the individual driver. A bit like F1, we've got driving and constructor, where the constructors are the two teams. Oh, we've got a mistake there. We've got a mistake there. Who's that? That's Jutt. Jutt's made a mistake. That's Gus going into second place. Jutt ran wide there coming out of the complex, and Gus took full advantage and went into second place. So now can Gus catch Dave? That's the interesting question. So we now have Ronin, OPC, Ronin. So Ronin are taking up 3 of the top 5 positions, with OPC taking 2 of those, with Gus and NAC taking those. So Ronin are currently ahead in the constructors if it finished like this, but OPC are staying there with the points. So we'll see what Gus can do here with Dave. We'll just have a quick gander down the field, see what's happening down there. Obviously the top 3 there, all under a second between the first and third. We've got NAC sort of on his own, same with Hake, who's sort of, if this big group at the front make a mistake, Hake could come right into this and take the lead. We've got Delaney and Lord Ross fighting down there. We'll just have a quick look what they're doing briefly. Looks like they're fighting. It looks like Lord Ross might have made a mistake. I'm going to jump back to the leaders quickly because you never know what can happen on this last lap. So we've got Dave, Gus. Looks like Justin Go has lost some time, so it's going to be a 2-way race for the flag. We've got about 1 minute of this track remaining to get round to see who will take the checkered flag of first place. Most of the cars are now spread out, so it's really going to be down to this. We'll have a look back in the field when we can to see if there are any battles, but we just want to watch the end of this. Looks like Dave's pulling away now, so we might go and have a look at the rest of the field. Oh, Dave has made a mistake. Oh, let's have a look at Gus. Has Gus got the momentum? Has he got the speed to really take this? He's coming up. He's going around the outside. That won't work, really, will it? Going around the outside. This is a long left-hander. It's like a full 360 degrees, pretty much. Going back right on yourself. Dave's trying to defend this. Gus has got the outside. Could get better acceleration. We don't know. Gus has got the lead. Gus has got the lead. This means that now OPC are leading with Ronin in second and third. This could be very interesting. Gus is going into the last corner. Dave is going to try and push him all he can to get that first place back. What can he do? Gus has gone wide. Gus has gone wide. Dave's going to take the lead. Dave's going to take the lead. Oh, goal! Oh, just bit of smash. Has it affected Dave? He's just going to get that. Just going to get that. Gus has gone from first to third in the last few corners, and Dave takes the victory. That was an insane finish there. Gus went a bit wide, came back on, had no grip on the front tyres, slammed into Dave, and Jutt nearly got the win from coming back from third place. That was an excellent race. So we're going to look down the field now. Looks like Tidgney and NAC are having a battle. Oh no, they've finished. We've got Fetz, we've got Andy. That's a very close finish there between Fetz and Andy. And Decker was also involved in that. We'll go down the field. We've got Stiggy, who is the head of jury, and that was the end of that. Unfortunately, I didn't get the end of that then, because the replay ended, so we'll just jump towards the end briefly. Lots of action through the field. I'm not sure where are we going. So we'll just play it from here, see what we can see. Well, that was a very, very good end to the race. So obviously these were all the finishers. I don't think Stiggy, it was about here, wasn't it? So we'll just pause it here and we'll just have a look, see where the positions are. So we have Dave, who finished first. 0.8 seconds behind was Jutt after that crazy finish where Gus ran wide on the last corner. Ran wide and nearly took out Dave. Very unlucky of Gus, but it came in third and the leading OPC driver. We've got Hake in fourth position, and he finished about 4 seconds behind the leaders. I believe he was on that going on to the final lap, so you know, didn't lose any time. We're still pushing hard to try and get into that group. Of course, if there was a bigger smash on that last corner, it could have been well in with a chance of victory there. We've got NAC, who's 12.3 seconds behind the leaders, so quite a bit back there. So the leading pack was really quite far ahead. Then we have Tidgney, who is 15 seconds behind. Not sure what happened on the first lap, but obviously came back through the field from going down, I think, as far as 14th place, going up to 6th place. That was good pushing. We then have Fetz and GT Andy, followed by Decker and Robin. So that rounds out the points and the top 10. We then have Stiggy and Jury finishing 11th, 12th, Delaney and then Lord Ross, with Silver and Skells bringing up the rear. Fastest lap in that race will go to, if we're having a look here, is Gus72, the OPC driver. Followed by myself, and then it was Dave and Just and Go. Look at Dave and Just and Go's difference, very, very little. But that it was the first race for this Ronin and OPC race. That was very, very enjoyable. Didn't really have time to take a breath. So in the next race, I'll bring you a points update, and we'll have a look at how the teams line up for the next race in this OPC versus Ronin mini championship. So thank you very much.